The first baby. Did you hear him? The kids were so excited. They came down and they saw him. He's trying to wake up his friends. He said, come on out. Come play. Isn't he precious? He's so cute. I guess we're having internet issues still because I still can't do anything to do that. I hope this is filming.
It does so loud.
It does so loud, baby. You see him right here? He's so cute. He came to check the readings and he was making noise. Look at him. He's just cruising around trying to get his friends to wake up. Oh, that one's over here. And there's still little bits of shell, like, in other parts, like here. There's shell there. So we got a couple more coming. He's just moving around. Got to get him dried off. He's so cute. No, the incubator will dry him off. That's why we pull both the plugs so that he has better airflow. He should stay in there until at least tomorrow. So cute. Oh, why is this? Oh yeah. Okay, look at the chicken moving. So cute. He's so loud. He's so cute. He's like, wake up. Yeah, there's little bits of shell scattered around the incubator, so I know he's got friends that are coming. It's not long before his friends start coming out too. Can you hear him? I don't know if you could hear him on back in the light. He's so trying to poke his friends around. He's like moved like 6X. He's just pushing him around. Aww. It's like he's gonna he's so tired, you poor baby.
Must be a lot after getting out of that.
Look, he cut it like right in half. He did a really good job getting out. He did such a good job, little girl. Oh, I need to have coffee before we go in a further with you. Okay, just make sure that nobody opens this because you don't want him to get a chill. And then we need to get the too big of a maybe we'll start with a smaller pool. We need to get the shavings in the bottom and start heating up we're doing getting the heat lamp put together. Hi, baby. Hey, little peepers. Come at me, I'll take the mommy. Get the cat out of here. I don't want him scaring me. He's so cute. He's so cute. No, it's Peepers, the chicken. I'm going to leave the live video on with him. Oh, I gotta get some coffee. He's got little long legs. He stretched his legs out. He's flapping his wings. He's trying to get dried off. Oh, he's really cute. That must be his brother. He really likes that egg. He keeps trying to get it to wake up.
Okay,
We've been watching the other ones for a couple days, and I heard Pee-Pee yesterday.
must have been
It was really loud. I mean, I could hear it through the shell. And I was watching, and you could see every now and then one of the eggs. You're blocking all the light here. So I was watching, and then all of a sudden you could see, like, one of the eggs would rock. And it was so cute. Because it would Look at him. He said, wake up, buddies. Come on. He said, come on. He said, come on. He's so cute. Yeah, he's telling everybody to get up out of their eggs. And it's still early on day 21, so he's he's got time. He's trying to wake up all of his buddies. Sit over, you get this. Okay. He's moving into the corner. Maybe he's shy. Maybe he's camera shy. I'll leave you guys in here to hear the little peepers while we go get some coffee. Since we don't have the webcam yet. Since I can't turn my phone on. He's snuggling with his buddies. He's moving the other eggs around, trying to get them to open up. Can you hear him? He's so cute. Hi, little guy. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, little friend. Uh-oh. He's tipped over. Hold up, we're on his back. Did you get tipped over? Need some help? Oh, baby. Hot. He's run out of energy. He's going to lay there for a minute. There you go. He got stuck on his back. He looked like a little turtle. Poor little dude. You see, they need to stay in the humidity of the... Because he's wore out from getting out of the egg. It can take a day or so for him to get a little more lively. But he is just trying to get his buddies out of them eggs. So they should stay in the humidity of the incubator with good airflow for the first day, or for the first couple of hours until they dry off. Because if you dry them off too fast, they'll catch a chill, and then they'll get sick. So we leave him in there to help his friends to get out, because him making noise in there will help the other babies realize that it's time to come out and play, and it will help them stay motivated to peck their way out. But it is coffee time, so we will leave you with that. Let the little guy, he's so tired, poor baby. He moves a little bit, then he lays down and rests, and then he moves a little bit, and then lays down and rests. If you can hear him, he's so cute. Where'd he go? Here he is. Just cruising around the incubator trying to wake his buddies up. Sweet little baby. We still don't have a webcam, so that'll be a little while. But hopefully by the time we get the brooder set up, there should be one. I hope. And we got another jelly jar full of milk yesterday. It was beautiful. She's done so much better. Her second day on the milk stand, and Butters just stood there. Okay, butterscotch, Butters, whatever. Miss Garrett. Butters stood there so calm and didn't kick the bucket at all. She was so excited to. I mean, they spend the day playing on the milk stand, so because they got their hoofs trimmed yesterday morning, and then we milked her in the evening, and she was so calm and well behaved. So that's the baby. Little peeper. I tried setting my phone down so you could see it, but it's like super, super hot. So. Okay. Can you hear him? He's so cute. I think I hear enough one. If it'll stay in camera. Coffee, take a hold. And we still have to do our lessons for today, but that's the first baby. It's the first one. And I'll let you guys listen to the little neighbors. If I can get the camera to stay where it's supposed to be. There we go. Stay on camera, little man. Did you see the baby coming? Oh, did you hear me, little guy? Oh, he's so cute. You can get your friends to come out. Know what you're doing? is walking around telling him, wake up, wake up. Good guy. Now he's walking around the incubator, yelling all his friends to come out. I love you too, Carrie. Good morning, everybody. We were hoping to have a webcam by now, but if we get until this afternoon, we'll see how many of his friends come out today, because today is day 21. He's so cute. We've seen there's little bits of shell in the other parts of the incubator that he's not, because his egg is right here in front of him. But he's walked all the way around the incubator. But there's little bits of shell on the other sides where, you're blocking the light, baby. There's bits of shell all over the rest of the incubator, which tells me some of the other little guys are working hard to get out. See up there through those wires? You can see the other bits. There's little bits of shell there. Oh, he's chasing the camera. He's coming over here now to wake up his friends. He's so cute. Oh, look, I'm ready for my close-up, Mrs. Stinson. He's so cute. He's coming over to tell his friends over there to wake up too. You say hi to Bolly? Or Bolly? Sorry. We miss you, girl. Tony still loves his drum set. Good morning, Carla. This is our first little peeper. He's only been out for, I don't know, Trinity came down to check the incubator about half an hour ago. So he's probably only about an hour old. Happy birthday, little guy.
And then I heard little peeps, and I thought it was coming from one of the eggs that already had like a triangle sticks out. And I looked at it like, oh my gosh, there's a chicken.
Yeah. He did really well. He pecked all the way around the side of the shell, and then doesn't look like he had any trouble getting out at all.
Oh.
And this is what they do. They'll go around to the other eggs in the clutch and peep little words of encouragement for them to come out. Yeah, like, hey, it's time. It's wakey wakey. It's so cute. He's just been walking around the incubator telling everybody else to wake up.
I love you.
Happy birthday, little guy. He's so cute. See, he's getting stronger. They grow so fast. Oh, did that one move? Maybe. Good pushing the incubator, and I don't want to spill coffee on them babies. Don't lean on the table. Because then I can't tell what's you moving and what's eggs moving. Oh, I think that one's got this one next to the one with the X on it right here. Look at the end. The dark spot. It looks like it's got shell in it. It's just keeping the shell out. And that one there.
If you won't wake up, I'm waking
Look
up.
at him, he's nudging the egg. I'm like, wake up, buddy.
Like, if you won't get up, I'm getting
He's just nudging it. You want to bet that's the next one to hatch.
That is a triangle.
Yeah, he was just He just nudged it. It rolled back on him, and he nudged it. You can document those. It's that sweet little guy. Okay, he walks and then he takes a little nap. And then he walks again, takes a little nap. It looks like me trying to do housework. Me trying to do anything. All the way down the stairs, honey, take a nap. He's so cute. He's just been wandering around. He's an hour into his happy birthday. And he's very active. He's gone on to, he's already gone around to all the other eggs to tell them to get up. He's like that one sibling in the morning. Yeah, wake up. Do you want to build a snowman? We feed the babies a chick starter mix. It's a grower, and it's a 24% crumble, and it's medicated. So we only give the chicks the medicated feed the first week. That way, anything that they could have had to deal with or whatever, they get their vitamins, I guess, so they can be healthier chickens. I give them the it's called the, is it Do More or is it Grow? It's Do More, isn't it? From Tractor Supply. It's actually in the Suburban, so I'm hoping that he doesn't work too late today because he didn't unload the baby feed. I've only got the big chick feed. But it is the 24% Growers Crumble, which is the little pieces from Tractor Supply. That's what I feed them. And they have, I'll let him, he's taking a nap again. I'll show you the feed. That is the brooder. We're going to use the swimming pool, so they've got room. It's going to be on the ground, obviously not up there. And then we have these little plastic feeders for now, because I don't have the big trash can to have for my other chickens, for them to just eat at will. And we'll have to keep that in the coop separated from the goats, because the goats can't have chicken food. But that's the feeder, and then we've got the brood light, which is this, and the red lights. That's to keep them warm in the first little while. And then this is the waterer, and the bottom, it stands up like a bucket, and you unscrew the top and put the water in, and then let it sit. So that swimming pool's got plenty of room for us to put the feed and the water in with them. And while they're small like that, we won't have to put a thing around it. We're going to put cardboard down in the bottom of it, and then layer the pine shavings on top of the cardboard. Because if the babies are on that slick plastic, they can get splayed legs if they don't have a deep enough litter in the bottom of the container. They can slide around, and that can cause splayed legs, which is not good for a chicken. You don't want to have healthy legs. I do this where you can see him. But he's over here trying to wake his buddies up on this side too. Good morning, Miss Goldsberry. I would say he's only about an hour old, but Yep. I'm pretty sure he's the one that I heard peeping in the egg yesterday, because he's been plenty loud this morning. He's very vocal. That's a good thing. Now get his buddies out quick. That's wonderful. And he looks to be healthy. I know he keeps laying down and he's all wet, but that's what they're supposed to look like. And the other thing, he's only had yolk to eat, so he's wore out. But the rest, like the way that they are able to ship day-old chicks is they absorb. Good morning, JW. They absorb the last of the of the yolk from the egg, and that's all the nutrition that they need for 3 days. That is enough protein and nutrition to support those babies' health for up to 3 days. Now, granted, I'm not going to wait 3 days to get these guys some food, but if it does take more than, because today is their due date. Today is their happy birthday day. So if it takes until tomorrow for the others to hatch, I can't take him out of there, because he needs to be able to dry off and fluff his feathers and get himself moving, and him being in there with his other, and adjust to being in the outside world, because he needs that humidity right now and the airflow, because between the humidity and the airflow, he's staying good and warm. It is 9.5 in the incubator, and the humidity was, it may be getting bigger. It may be getting more humidity because he's just talking so much. But it's at 77 now. It was at 73 earlier. So. But he's, that they're able to ship the birds, as long as it can get where it's going within the first 3 days. Murray Hatchery, they ship live babies, like immediate day-old hatch babies. As soon as they are done in the incubators and they come out into the bins, they get shipped that day. And as long as they can get to their destination in 3 days, they're good. And then all you gotta do is teach them. You put their little noses in the water and show them where the food is, and then they're good. And most of the time, if you show one, all of them are going to be able to find it, because they're chatty little guys. He's so cute. Where'd he go now? But he's just working his way around the incubator. Telling all of his friends to wake up. Trinity came down to mark down the numbers, and she heard peeping from the other side of the door, and she thought it was just the same little guy that's been peeping in the shell since yesterday. That's a different sound. Another one. Nope, that is him. That is him. He just changed his tone a little bit. We were getting ready to start schoolwork with Tony, and Trinity came down to write down the numbers on our little chart, and heard peeping from the other side of the door. And she thought it was the same little guy that's been peeping in the egg. We've been hearing peeping since yesterday, but no chicken. And she came in and she saw, I could hear her squeal from upstairs. It was so cute.